Hey, what's up, guys? If you guys are here and you're part of the channel, go ahead and say what's up. Introduce yourselves. We're going to be talking about these containers for one, and then if you guys got any questions about t-shirt printing, DTF, screen printing, feel free to chime in, start a conversation. So as you can see, guys, if you're watching, and I know some of you guys are maybe starting a apparel shop, you might wonder, how do I organize some of the things that I have sometimes? One way we do it, obviously, was with all the containers from Costco. So I love those containers. Um, Another thing you can do is what I've just decided to do, because I always have an issue or had an issue with storing hats. So being that I'm constantly buying different hat styles for my hat brand, or just creating custom hats for customers, having good storage containers is a great solution to be able to organize different sets, because I typically buy them in sets of 10, 20, when it comes to certain runs of hats. As well, I'm always trying different styles of hats, so that's the cool thing. But basically, we're just going to kind of assemble these. Now, I did add a link in the description to these shoe boxes. If you guys are interested, go ahead and click on that link. It'll take you right to Amazon. These were the cheapest ones that I found. These were $39.99 for a set of 12 containers. So 12 of these for only $29.99. And you can see right here, this is what 12 will get you. So you can get a setup like this with 12 containers, and you can arrange them any way you want because they lock into each other. So that is pretty cool. And they just snap right in place. Very easy. Also, keep in mind, guys, if you're watching and you're a subscriber to my channel, what we do here at ESENTL is we are a print shop. So we talk about the industry of printing, garment decorating, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, different types of apparel decorating. And we kind of basically just make sure that, you have the ins and outs of, different types of products and materials that are best to use, recommendations. So if you guys are maybe in the apparel industry and just want to have a conversation, go ahead and just start chatting. I'm watching the comments right here, so I can go ahead and see what you guys are maybe interested in. Whether maybe you're trying to start an apparel business, or maybe you just have some questions. Hopefully I'll have the answers. But go ahead and just introduce yourself, say hi. That way I don't feel alone, so to speak. So we're just assembling these boxes just so you guys get the idea of how easy it is to assemble these things. So on these boxes, there's these little pegs on the ends, kind of like little legs. These are the locking legs that lock into the different grooves. So on one side, you have the groove. That's a slide lock style groove. So those legs slide into those. So on your top and bottom pieces here, they both have those little legs on the top. So make sure those legs are both facing in the same direction, top and bottom. And as you can see here, all you got to do is click it in place and it's done. So the great thing is once you get all of these set up, you can lock them in place. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just keep stacking these. So I'm going to put another stack. So you see here, what I typically do is open the door here and then get these and then slide it. It'll just slide right on through, and that's it. It's locked in place. So now I have another set of hats here that I can go ahead and place in here. So it keeps all the hats, the different styles that you have, nice and organized. It keeps them nice and clean, keeps them, you know, from catching all kinds of lint. And the fact that it does have ventilation in the very back is a good thing. So it keeps them from developing moisture, you know, and whatnot. Hey, what's going on? Unhushable, how you doing? Well, I'm glad you're here. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So as you guys know, over the weekend, I did partner up with Supreme Screen Supply print company, wholesale printing company, and we were at Impressions Expo in Long Beach, and we were there as a vendor. So it was pretty cool. First time I ever did. So really quick, Unhushable. There's a link I just dropped in my description. So they're on Amazon. If you click on that link that I posted, it will take you directly to these. So these are the size large, which I'm gonna highly recommend if you guys are doing hats and whatnot. I did order the mediums to try those first because they were cheaper at $29.99, but they did not work. So they were a little tight. They were a little tight to where they were rubbing against the knob on the top of the hat, the little cap. So go with the size large. These are going to be $39.99 for a set of 12 of them. I bought 2, so I have 24 boxes total, 24 containers at least. So 24 of these little boxes is what I have. So I'm going to create a whole nother row right here. And the cool thing is you can make it decorative. I mean, if you put it in your shop or whatnot, or even if you're doing videos and stuff, I mean, you can get a pretty cool little fluorescent light, you know, or something, or put a strip of LED lights in the back of it and light it up from behind, you know, which would be kind of cool. So you can even kind of use this to maybe decorate your YouTube scene, you know, where you're filming if you're doing YouTube videos or even Instagram. So there's all kinds of things you can do. And then if you just don't need them for hats, I mean, you can use them for other things like face masks, or, you know, you can put shoes in there. So when you're not doing hats anymore, you got all these containers to store your shoes. So I'm a big shoe buff, but yeah, follow that link. It'll take you right to, that's my affiliate link for Amazon. It'll take you directly to that item to purchase. And it was the cheapest that I found. So I was looking and looking and looking. A lot of them were like a set of 8, a set of 4 for around that same price. And they were pretty much the same exact thing. So I found these ones at 12 for $39.99 for the size large. So these are 6.5 inches high on the boxes. So 6.5 inches high, which is perfect for storing, as you can see, for storing all the hats. I'm able to get 12 hats in one container. So 12 hats will fit in one container, which is pretty cool. Typically when I buy hats, I'll buy 10 to 12 at a time, you know, of certain styles, and I'll just keep that in stock, you know. And when I do vendoring booths or something locally at farmers markets or, you know, certain locations, I'm able to drop different styles of hats. But I am introducing other hats, and I will be doing some videos coming up soon of some other hats that I received. I know some of the hats that are super popular right now are like the Malin style hats, those waterproof hats that have the laser engraved holes on the back style. These are just extremely popular right now. I finally found a very good source for them, and I plan on pretty much doing a review video on them and purchasing these hats. I'm actually wearing that hat now. You know, very nice style hat, but I was able at Impressions to get a lot of different styles they had. They were running the deal for like $5 a hat. You know, they are a wholesale company, but having each style hat there was very cool, because now I can go ahead and, you know, pretty much purchase these hats knowing exactly what they look like and what they feel like. But they have a lot of cool colors, which is the reason why I like them, you know. And of course these 7-panel hats, or actually these are 6-panel. Usually those 7s have a split up the middle. These ones don't, but these hats are really nice because when it comes to hat decorating, it's really nice to be able to put a decoration on a full flat face and not have a seam running down the middle. You know, obviously they didn't have that with this scenario, but they still have very nice flat seams from what I noticed on all their hats. Even these ones, very nice flat seam. So it's not very bulky on the seam. So that's pretty cool. But I'm used to decorating on 5-panel style hats, so that's something that's pretty cool. Then of course you got these camo hats here. It's like a shiny and flat black camo design on a 7-panel. So I haven't seen anyone that carries anything like this yet, but the quality is just phenomenal on these. So with that being said, if I plan on doing that, it was kind of the reason I needed this storage space, you know, with these containers. So I just thought I would come on here and pretty much, you know, start organizing little boxes. And I figured some of you guys are subscribers, so, you know, you might just chime in and have some other questions in regards to, you know, maybe wanting to know where you can start buying your wholesale DTF transfers from. So that was the reason why we were at the show, you know, Impressions in Long Beach over the weekend, was because we were one of the only companies there that was dropping wholesale to the business, you know, like yourselves. So if you guys are watching and you guys are interested in anything that pertains to printing and decorating t-shirts, garments, apparel, feel free to throw a comment. I'm watching the comments right here as we're you know, communicating and I'm talking. So I'll be able to answer your questions live while I'm here. So I'm just going to pretty much do this until I'm done with these boxes and then I'm out. So go ahead and get your questions in now while you're here. So yeah, these are pretty easy to assemble, just like so. But yeah, so like I said, at Impressions, we were the only ones there representing wholesale for the industry, which to me, I think is extremely important. You know, in this day and age, when we have all these different apparel companies raising their prices, or they're throwing prices out there thinking that they're giving you the most amazing price in the world. In some cases they are, in some cases they're not. You know, I understand and I get it. You know, sometimes these companies, you know, they need to make money or they just want to make money. So really, you know, when it comes to a company, I observe them. I observe their actions of what they're doing as a company. Are they really about helping people? Are they more about helping themselves as a company? You know, the rich get rich while the poor get poor type scenario. You know, are these companies really about trying to help the little guy out, or are they only here to serve the needs of big corporate numbers, big corporate companies? So I kind of observe and just see, you know, in the industry, who's who, what's what, who is really out there looking for the next best entrepreneur or the next best person that can maybe, you know, how can that company elevate you? That's really what I'm all about. So, you know, one reason why I teamed up with Supreme is because, to me, in my opinion and observing, this is what I kind of saw in them, is that ability to tell a business like myself, like yourself, who's in the t-shirt industry, how can I help you? What can I do for you? So one way they're doing that is with wholesale pricing. In my opinion, when you think about it, if I'm able to buy my t-shirts at wholesale cost, why is it that I can't buy my wholesale transfers or screen printing or whatnot at wholesale cost? You should be able to, right? So when you think about that, paying retail for transfers sometimes doesn't make sense. Paying these extreme costs for transfers makes no sense. It doesn't do anybody, at least your business, it doesn't do your business any good when you're paying those, you know, higher prices. I'm here to tell you right here, right now, that to decorate a t-shirt should not cost you more than $5-6. So when some of these transfers that, you know, are being released are costing almost, you know, anywhere from $6 to $8, sometimes even more than $8 for something less. For, well, in some cases they're 11.5 by 11.5 or 12-inch by 12-inch. Let's just take 12-inch by 12-inch for example. Your shirt, not short shirt, your shirt should not cost almost $12 to $15 to decorate. It absolutely should not. I mean, it shouldn't cost even, $10 to decorate. I mean, when you start, if you're trying to be competitive these days in a competitive, hey, what's up, Customs Journey? Um, when you're trying to be competitive in this market today with t-shirts that are so oversaturated, sometimes you have to find new avenues of what to do. And sometimes it can be discouraging for people saying, you know, I can't make it because this stuff's too expensive. I don't want to spend $8 for a transfer for a 12. It's ridiculous. Most companies where they get the breaks are in quantity breaks. Hey, what's up? So we got the 8805 Raider. Full color transfers are crazy price from some big companies. Exactly. And we know who they are. It's like some have great quantities, and not to disrespect these companies, they're allowed to make whatever they want. They're allowed to set the prices whatever they want. But when they're trying to convince you that this is great for you, that's sometimes where I just have to step to the side and chuckle a little bit. It really isn't. So my print shop, hey, customs are, yeah, very true. I agree, man. So my print shop custom says hello from Connecticut. What up? Great idea to store hats. I appreciate that ordering transfers saves so much time in production, but definitely cuts into profit. So guys, so that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So this is where Supreme Screen Supply came into play, right? They and here's the funny thing. They were literally right behind my house. They're in my backyard. I went up in there one day. They're known as a different name, Patterson Print Shop, but they have a separate company called Supreme Screen Supply where they specifically provide wholesale services to you, the print shop that holds a wholesale license. So I have one. Of course I have one because I'm not paying full retail for t-shirts, hats, and whatnot. If you're in the apparel decorating industry, you definitely should have a wholesale license because it only makes sense, right? So I went up in there. I'm like, hey, do you guys have DTF transfers yet? And they're like, absolutely. So they went to the show, Impressions Expo last year, and they got hooked up on some machines, for their shop, some DTF printers, and they went all out. And they're the only company right now that I know of that's actually doing neon too. Matter of fact, the company they got the printers for, they were blown away at the fact that they were actually perfecting the neon the way they were. So that's a pretty cool thing. But the thing with Supreme is that they have the wholesale game kind of locked down, for the businesses because they've been in the print industry for over 25 plus years. Okay, that's great. So what that tells me, and they started out with understanding, they started out making flyers, posters, business cards. So this company is well versed in knowing printers, knowing how these printers operate, knowing the ins and outs of, using, a brother printer, an HB, what are some of these other big printers that are out there? For some reason, I'm totally blank. Roland, for example, they know these printers like the back of their hands. They know the ins and outs of them, how they operate, how they function. So when they got a DTF printer, they're like, this is like no brainer list. This is like so easy to operate. So they really learned to dial in their systems, and it's still a working order. They're always looking to evolve and continue to perfect their platform, the DTF transfers. But the fact that you can go here, what I was really impressed with was not only the DTF transfers, which are phenomenal. If you guys were at the Impressions Expo, you guys would have been blown away by what we were presenting on the DTF side on transfers, and then the glow in the dark that we had there, the fluorescent stuff. But I went there and I was getting everybody's transfers just because, hey, you want to see what everybody's all about. What does this company feel like? What does that company feel like? Is this too shiny? Is this one have a nice matte finish? Is this something that I would want for my brand? So these are all the questions you ask yourself, right? Because really when it's about trying to do weedless transfers, that's really what DTF is all about. Weedless transfers that you don't have to weed. You get out the vinyl game. and full color digital, full color spectrum gradients, you know, all that stuff. This was it. So I was like, $3 a square foot for a 12-inch by 12-inch transfer, full color digital. I mean, you could put a million colors in that transfer. It's still $3. Absolutely amazing. Anything smaller than that is even cheaper. So I was kind of blown away by that, you know, the fact that I can get these wholesale, but even the screen printing. So how many companies out there, you know, often want to get into screen printing for their business? Like they want screen printed shirts, but they just kind of don't know where to go and how to source it out. You know, you go to your local shop, they're going to be charging you a little bit more than wholesale to be able to take care of your stuff. Again, Supreme Screen Supply. You can go online. As a matter of fact, I've got something coming. I've got another video that I'm going to be releasing and filming, but basically I'm showing start to finish how to go on their website, Supreme Screen Supply, and basically order wholesale screen printing. So I'm doing 2 shirts and 1 hoodie. I created a design, I uploaded it, I filled out their form, everything needed to go. Everything was at wholesale. Boom, another box done. So I'll show you guys how to lock these in while I'm doing this. So I went on there, completed the order. So now when they start to make it, I'm actually going to go in and film the whole process of what they do. So basically, they're kind of like drop shipping. So where you guys can say, hey, I need you guys to create 1,000 shirts for me and then send them to this company over here. So basically, they can brand everything for you. They can create your silk screen shirts or screen print shirts, whatever you're doing, and they can send it out to the company. So that's pretty cool. So we got Pete. I was in Long Beach at the show. I did check out this company. They were pretty cool guys. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Where is SSS located? Not sure what SSS is. Oh, Supreme Screen Supply. They're up here in California, so they're here in the high desert in Hesperia. So that's where I'm from. But they have 3 locations: Moreno Valley in SoCal, and Upland as well in SoCal. So if you're in SoCal, it's cool, but they got 2-day shipping too. So a lot of your DTF transfers are shipping. If you place that order before 9, it's shipping the same day. So that's the fastest I've seen on that. And then in you know, most cases, if you don't reach that deadline, it's shipping out the next day. So pretty cool stuff. And the great thing is that they don't make you do the gang sheeting. So all you got to do is submit your images. So if you have a 12-inch by 12-inch logo or design, you have to design that in 12 by 12 inches and then upload that 12 by 12-inch image. It has to be a PNG, transparent background, 300 DPI on the site. So you just upload your images one by one, and then that's it. That's all you got to do. And then they pretty much handle all the gang sheeting for you. They line it up perfectly, and they send it out to you. So that was pretty cool. But in the screen print thing, you know, a lot of people were blown away by the water-based discharge that we were doing, or that we had displayed at the show. Matter of fact, we had one rep from Nickelodeon. They actually contacted Pat from Supreme, and they're saying, hey, I was really impressed with my conversation with you. You know, so they might be putting in work. I mean, to go down there and have Nickelodeon pretty much impressed by just who you were based off of a conversation, that's pretty cool. So, hey, thanks, Customs. So we got here, my print shop custom. I set up an account with them because of your recommendations. Going to place my first. Place that order, man. Just place that order. And here's what I recommend. Throw some stuff at them, you know what I mean? Throw some really cool designs at them and get some stuff in there that have some cool gradients, just so that when you guys have them, you know, you guys can really see what the colors are capable of. When you guys do sign up for the very first time, you get 25 bucks for free credit on the account. So that's a bonus that Supreme gives you that you can apply towards ordering, you know, samples of the DTF in different ways. So I would probably throw in maybe a hat, you know, design, a shirt design, a back design, you know, something, or just place a lot of hat designs and you can really make some money. You know, some of these hat designs are as low as like 8 or 10 cents. I mean, for a full color hat design. So pretty rad. Hey, I appreciate that, Customs. Thanks for donating, man. You are actually my very first donation. That rocks. So that's the cool thing. They're giving back, and then every time you place an order, you're actually making money because you earn points for every order you place. So those points can apply to future orders. Who else is really doing that? You know what I mean? And then they give you the 25 bucks. So SupremeScreenSupply.com. It'll also be called SupremeScreenService.com, but you can type in either one and you'll find it. I've got videos on them that you can look up on my channel that even show you the ordering process. I have a video that shows you, I think it's wholesale transfers. It shows you how to create the pictures, like how I create the pictures to upload to their website. Because that's the thing. So we've had people that went on the website and then all of a sudden they're uploading a 4x5 image, you know, but they need it to be like 12 by something. You can't do that. So if you need a, say for example, if you need a 14 by 15 image for a shirt, say a front, you need to create that image as 14 inches by 15 inches. So what I do is, like, if I go in, for example, Affinity or Adobe, you know, Designer or Illustrator. So when I create the document, I don't create it in pixels, rather I create it in inches. So I'll put like 14 by 15 inches, set the, you know, either portrait or landscape mode, and then transparent background, obviously, and then put your artwork within that exact dimension. So once you finish the artwork, again, transparent image, 300 DPI, PNG, export that, and then you're absolutely fine. There's your finished logo. You upload that image to their website. So you upload the image, you put the quantity, and the great thing is there's a calculator there, guys. So, for example, if you guys need to know right away, say client walks into your shop, okay, or a client calls you up. Hey, I need 50 shirts, t-shirts, a front chest and a back logo. What's this going to cost me? So there's a built-in calculator on the DTF end to where you can type in the dimensions. So say your chest logo is 4 inches by 2, okay? It'll give you that cost. It'll give you your wholesale cost. So maybe it's like, you know, 75 cents for that one little logo, or 50 cents, whatever. And then the back design is going to cost you, you know, you type in 14 by 13. It's going to give you that price right away. So you're already right off the bat going to know how much these transfers cost you, that one and this one, to know what to charge your client. So you're going to know the cost of your shirt. So if you're going through like SNS, or if you're going through like Sanmar, you're going to know the cost of your shirt right away. You know, if it's $3, I order a lot of Port & Company, so most of those shirts are around $3 to $4. I do the core blends a lot, and those are just great everyday shirts, just for everything like work and whatnot. So it's really cool. So you can type in that calculator, know what your shirt costs, know what your transfer cost is right away, and then from there you're going to be able to know what to charge your client. So we brought it back to being able to create a shirt once again for $4 to $5. Okay, when your transfer's costing $3 for a 12 by 12, and then you've got a t-shirt at $2.99 or $2.50 for a decent shirt. Yeah, I think the Port & Companies are like $2.99, which is a phenomenal price, and their quality is just off the hook. You know, you're at $6 to create a very nice premium shirt with a full color digital image. So that's fantastic. But the fact that, once again, customer comes in, hey, I need 1,000 shirts screen printed, one solid design on the front, you know, 2 colors or whatever. What's that going to cost me? Once again, if you're on that website, you click on the screen print option, you're now going to be able to type in, okay, location, 1 color, or location, whatever, you know, 1 color or 2 colors. And then on the bottom part, you're going to see a section where it says shirts, hoodies, hats, polos. You put in, you know, 1,000 shirts or whatever. It's instantly going to tell you right away what those shirts, including screen costs, are going to cost you. I think at the certain bracket on the screen print, like somewhere around 10 shirts, your screen cost is only $10, and then, or $20, and then once you get like 12 shirts or more, the information on the site is like $12. If you give them 72 shirts or more, they're not even charging you for screens. That's pretty rad. And you can brand everything, so you can submit your shirts. They will actually bag, fold, and tag these shirts for you if you need them. They have a bagging like machine that bags them all up. And basically, you know, if you need to put a custom insert, like your own brand insert within that bag, you can, barcodes, all that stuff, and then you are totally branded and ready to rock and roll, neck label, everything to your customer, you know, to your company that order those. So they'll send out a brand new box in regards to return shipping. You know, they don't really, you know, show their company. So basically they're like the hidden shop in the back of your shop that nobody knows about, only you do. So whenever somebody comes and places an order with you, you're just rolling right to them. Hey Pat, I need you to take care of this order. Thank you very much. I'm out. So you have your set prices in the front, and then you have, you know, or you have the customer set price in the front of your shop, and then the back of your shop you have your set prices. You're ready to rock and roll. So this is a company that makes you making money as a business very simple and very easy, and it's a company that's, you know, it's a smaller company, so you know that's what's cool about them, is that, you know, you can actually call the company and talk to the actual owner himself. That's what I appreciate about this company the most, you know, is that fact. But I would definitely highly recommend that everybody go and place an order, at least register, you know, because you're going to get that free 25 bucks. So just for signing up, you know, once he approves you, you're going to go and get 25 bucks just for doing it. So you can place that order right away just to get those samples rolling. And then that way you can press them. Now I will brag a little bit that they do have the best temperatures on the market right now. So 25 seconds, cotton is pressing at 265 degrees. If you're doing polyester garments, guess what? Polyester is pressing at 240 degrees at 20 seconds. Now we are messing with some times right now to see. Matter of fact, I got the heat press on in the back right there. So I'm personally going to be experimenting with times to where I'm going to see if I can bring those times down to like 15 seconds or 18 seconds at maybe slightly higher temps, and then messing with the pressure a little bit to see what I can do. So that's one thing I'm personally working on for myself, because I know we can rock and roll with that. But very cool stuff. I mean, I'm really happy when I hear people going there, ordering the transfers, trying them, and then hitting up Pat saying, Pat, these are some of the best transfers I've ever used. These are pretty cool. And for the price, excuse me, very hard for people to complain, you know, with the price. Because again, you're now in a position where your company can now make money. So with these guys, the way they lock in on these boxes, enough talk about DTF, is that you just slide them in the grooves, so it has grooves on the bottom. What I usually do is open the door right here. I press down, and then I just kind of slide towards me. Am I sliding the right way? No, I'm not. Yeah, so it needs to slide this way. So you put it down. The back end should kind of lay down very nicely, and that's it. Ah, see, I already screwed up. I'm talking too much. So I got this one backwards. I didn't pay attention. So I got legs here, then I got grooves over here. So let me grab this one. This one has them all in the same place. So open the door. You got your grooves in place. The back ones will slide very easily, so you don't really need to mess with the back ones too much. They'll groove. And that's it. You now have a locked-in box. One thing I did like about these boxes, if you were at Impressions, which, who was it? One of you said you were, Pete, so you were at the show. So it's very similar to what I saw at Pitbull's hat booth. So I was over at Pitbull's booth, and I saw their setup. So they had all the containers, and all the hats were just in the containers. I was like, that's pretty cool. I actually liked that because I was able to look at all the different stuff they had. So that was pretty dope. So that's kind of why I ordered these, you know, just to be able to have that kind of same scenario. So now I can put all my flex fits in one row, all my trucker caps in one row, you know, other style caps that I carry, maybe autos. I can put all the autos on one side. And like I said, we're going after these new Malin style hats. So, you know, I picked up these while I was in Long Beach. One of the only companies that was really rocking the best quality Malin. I mean, shoot, dude, they charge almost 85 bucks for these style hats, you know. And then you got companies like Salt Mafia and whatnot. Everybody's trying to get in the game of selling these style hats with the lasered holes in the back and whatnot, waterproof style hats. So super comfortable. I'm really digging these hats a lot. Other issues I've had is finding a good distributor manufacturer on the 7-panel styles. Now I've ordered the 7-panel styles in these, but this is a 6-panel style because the 7s have that split going up the middle. This one doesn't, which I actually prefer that look. And this hat actually looks really nice. So there's that hat right there. So you can see, I mean, usually with these hats, what I found, even from like Richardson and Otto, is that they sit too low. So they end up sitting higher because they're too low up top. This one sits nice and flush to the eyebrows. So I really like this style a lot. It's super, extremely comfortable. So I'm really digging this one. I'll be doing some more reviews on these hats, guys, if you're interested in those. But yeah, I mean, I'm wearing the black and charcoal gray Malin style hat. You know, that's just what I call them. But super comfortable. Really like the way they feel. They're really nice. So for sure, guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. You know, but yeah, for the screen printing, I'm actually looking extremely forward to getting that because I do have clients that come up to me asking about screen printing. And then the cool thing is because I do because I do vendoring. You mix those two words up. Because I do vendoring, sometimes I like to have the banners in the back of my booth. So you can get vinyl banners as well at wholesale cost through Supreme. So you have everything that's on that front page of Supreme, you're able to sell at wholesale prices. So if you got clients that need stickers, companies that need stickers, custom vinyl banners, I think I made an 8-foot by 2-foot, tall banner, vinyl banner. So I just submitted the art. I think it cost me like $24 or $12, something like that, to create that vinyl banner custom for my vendor booth. It was pup hoodies. So that's another business that I have, is pup hoodies. So I sell custom dog hoodies in large sizes, from small to really large dogs, as big as 120-pound bull mastiffs. So that was a booth that I was vendoring, and I had that vinyl banner. So it's pretty cool because I could brand my own business with the vinyl banners. And if another company said, hey, where'd you get your banner? Oh, you can order it through me. So that was pretty rad. So Unhushable saying, are you noticing any supply issues with hats? Absolutely. I've been noticing that for like years, man. I mean, it's been like, what, 2 years now? 3 years? It's been ridiculous trying to get hats. It's stupid. I mean, it's like and it's hard because when you're used to a certain type of hat and you can't get it, then it kind of sucks because, you don't know what you're going to do. So I find that personally, everybody's into the Richardson hats right now, right? But what was funny is I made a video comparing the two. So I took a Yupong versus Richardson 112 trucker style hats. And when you really look at them side by side, they're almost identical. Identical. I mean, maybe the Richardson has a slight little hint of extra padding and just little details like the branding on the back of the snaps. But as far as stitching and everything about them, they were identical. The only difference is Richardson is a little more trendy with their colors, like they have different color combinations. So that's what was pretty cool. But if I can get a hold of Richardson 112s, I mean, that's a hat that I like selling. I actually have that hat right here. So we have the Richardson right here. And I like the hats. I mean, I think they're fantastic hats. Now, I just do some exploring. So between S&S Activewear, Sanmar, in my opinion, they don't really have a good collection of hats. They're not strong in the hat game. So S&S Activewear is typically where I go, and then AutoCap, obviously. I'm probably going to start looking into more stuff with pit bull, so pit bull caps. And then as well, you have other caps like outdoor caps and whatnot. But typically Auto, S&S Activewear, and now pit bull, I have a range of hats that I could probably use. My suggestion always is when you see the hat you want, you better buy what you need because you don't know if they're going to be there tomorrow. So, you know, pick hats that maybe aren't so popular. So I tend to, when it comes to hats, I tend to use the styles that will typically always be in stock or is just a popular color that they do stock, so that I don't run into those issues. But absolutely, it's been a nightmare, especially when everybody and their mama is trying to get into the hat game now. Makes it really difficult to get hats. Like, you know, Stahl's released their custom hat press, which I have sitting right here in front of me, the 360 IQ Hotronix hat press. That hat press, in my opinion, has been an absolute game changer. Wonderful hat press. It's absolutely beautiful. I suggest that if you are in the hat game and you are decorating a lot of hats, and hats is a part of your business, this hands down by far should be the only hat press that you are using in your shop, is the 360 IQ. And the reason being is that when you are using that hat press, it does have a digital interface, so it is programmable. So you can program all the different styles of hats you do. Vinyl, if you do DTF on hats, if you do leather patches on hats, embroidered patches on hats, silicone patches on hats, if you do three-dimensional logos on hats, if you're doing brick 600, soft foam, whatever, you can program all those different styles into that hat press, which makes it very easy to turn it on. You turn it on, you click the setting for what you want to do that day, and then that's it. It heats up to those settings and you're done. So in my opinion, when it comes to production and time like that and value, one thing I can't stand, I really wish I had a Fusion IQ, Hotronix in here, because that's programmable, is having to sit there and guess all the time, or go back to your notes. What did I need for this again? What was my leather pressing at again? So this makes it very simple to do, having the 360 Hotronix IQ hat press. Definitely, ever since I moved to that hat press, I've never damaged any hats at all. So it's been a beautiful experience having it. The only thing I will say that has sucked about, this machine, because you want other people to be able to have it, is that, when you look at their website, they have great equipment. I think it sucks that within a span of 1.5 to 2 years, this hat press has gone up 4 times in price. So it was originally, when it launched, $11.99, somewhere around there, and then it went up to $14.50. Then it went up to $16.50 or $16.99, and now once again they're raising the price on this hat press to $1,850. So that's crazy. That's really crazy. I would think that the more people are buying these, that maybe the price should stay lower, but it's not. It's increasing 3 times within that period of time. So it kind of sucks, because again, it tells me, okay, so they're manufacturing this, and then what's happening is the manufacturers of who's creating this machine for them, are they telling them, are they kind of screwing them over 4 times in a row, like raising the price on them 4 times in a row, to be able to create this machine? I was just like absolutely floored by the fact that it went up in price 4 times. I think that's absolutely insane. But once again, is it because they know they have a product that somebody will buy, so they're raising the, I don't know, but I will say one thing, it's still worth it no matter what, because it's a great product. So yeah, you get it now before maybe it goes up in price once again, but hey, I will say I would even pay the $18.50. I'd hate doing it, but if I had to, great. But here's the thing, here's the way I look at it. It's only going to take one company to come out with something that is almost the same for a better price, and then that's it. Obviously you have the quality in it, which one thing I'll say about Stahls and their Hotronix equipment is the quality's there. So I've never had an issue with any of their equipment, but I will say the price just sucks. I don't know why it has to go up 4 times. That's crazy. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, if you guys, again, are in the hat game, best press you can buy, hands down. It's just an awesome press. It's really, the reason why I bought it when it was $1,450. I got it through Transfer Express, and at the time they were doing no tax. So that was pretty dope. So I got it no tax. I even think the shipping was free on it. So that was pretty insane. But I wanted to be able to offer everything and anything in my shop when it came to hats. So if somebody says, do you do leather patches? I wanted the ability to say yes. Do you do embroidered patches? Yes. Can you do beanies? Yes. So having, with this heat press, you have a top element and a bottom element, both of them heat. So you have top heat and lower heat. That lower heat is what helps those leather patch items and 3D embroidered patch items really melt from the bottom heat. So they really adhere the right way. And at the same time, you're not damaging your hats because of the way it's designed. So very cool. Not sure, what are you using now? Some of you guys say you have hats in your shop. What presses are you currently using in your shop? I'm curious. So we're rocking and rolling on these. I gotta change that one. It's annoying me. Let's see here. So if you guys are interested in these boxes, once again, I did put a link in the description to these specific ones right here. So these are the size large containers. They were only $39.99 for 12 of them. So you can order those. So again, you see I just put it in the groove and it's locked in already. So yeah, guys, if you guys, again, are looking for that shop that can actually create everything for you, that's what Supreme Screen Supply can do for you guys. So I highly encourage you guys to check them out for sure, because they will help you benefit, you know, for your business. And we're going to be doing some more things, you know, with them. We're going to be, you know, possibly looking into well, we're definitely gonna look into setting up a lot more Plastisol stuff for. They do Plastisol transfers, but we don't know to the extent of what we're gonna do with that. We definitely might get into the neck labels for Plastisol, but we'll see. We'll see what direction we're gonna head with the Plastisol transfers. I mean, there's so many great companies like 613 Originals. I mean, I really love their transfers. You know, excuse me. When it comes to Plastisol. Their Plastisol stretch is phenomenal. Great product. Even their regular stuff, just great product. So it says here, my print shop customs just got the 360 IQ in December before the price went up in January. It does work great. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you got lucky. So you were the $1,650 guy. So now this generation, or this year, these people get the $850 price tag. And then the year after that, we'll see what they end up getting. You know, maybe they'll have a 2,000 plus price tag. Who knows? But at some point, they got to stop raising the price on that machine. You know, but that's crazy. I mean, inflation, you know, is you know, causing a lot of these issues. I don't see why, but you know, it's like it's just crazy. You know, but you know, hey, again, this industry where it's at right now with everything going up in price. And in some cases, I feel like some of these companies are just doing it to do it. They don't have to raise the price on some of this stuff, you know, transfers or equipment, but they're doing it just to do it because they can, you know, or they're taking advantage of the fact that, you know, they're using that inflation excuse, you know, possibly to do some of these things, you know. it's just nice to know that there's, some companies out there that are still, helping on the wholesale end, because that's really, as a business, apparel decorator or shop, you really have to have wholesale. I mean, that's the only really way it works, sometimes. But, even if you're a print shop and you're already doing screen printing, I mean, dude, Supreme can handle your overflow, if you need them to. I mean, they can easily handle, hundreds of thousands of shirts, with no issues. So I know they just ordered a Stampinator. So at Long Beach, they were looking at rock. So they were thinking of going with M&R, but they ended up talking to Rock, and Ryan was right there, and the designer of the Stampinator, and telling him all about it. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Give me a Stampinator. I think it was like $5,000 at the show. So he can add that Stampinator addition to his current auto that he has now. And that is going to be cool, because that will now ramp up any DTF orders that they get. So, now they'll have DTF on a carousel where they can just apply those prints right to the the carousel, and then boom, they have that heat press that's just pressing. So it can be, in a production line, getting DTF transfers out. It's like, shoot, I think personally myself, if like, say I was running out of a garage, that's exactly what I would have. I'd have a DTF setup, or I would just order my DTF prints from Supreme, because it's probably cheaper to do that than running a machine yourself and dealing with all the maintenance. And then I would have a, some type of small heat press with the Stampinator, and just rock and roll with that thing, and just, it's just hitting, spin it, hitting, spin it, hitting. Dude, I think they said, like, at the show, they did like 650 transfers in 1 hour with that Stampinator. That was insane. And then, of course, they had Printimize had their setup, their small 4-station setup. That one was doing like 500 shirts in an hour, with that machine. It's the same one that UltraColor had. So UltraColor had that same heat press, that 4-station heat press. That thing was cool. But the one at Printimize, that one had a little arm that picked up the transfer. So it picked up the transfer, put it on the shirt, and then let go. And then it spun towards the heat press and then hit that transfer. I was like, that's pretty cool. If that arm is that accurate, to where it can place that graphic perfectly every time. Pretty cool. All right, so I got one more to go. And then I'm out of here. So if you guys got any more questions, just go ahead and hit them up real quick. One more to go. So yeah, there'll be some more videos coming up, guys. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. Also, I'm on Instagram, so ESENTL brand at Instagram, not Instabrand. So yeah, it was kind of cool just sitting here talking to you guys. I mean, it helped me pass the time. There we go. So I was able to pass the time, get all these done. So I'll go ahead and complete these, and then till the next video, guys, hey, we'll chat some more. But one thing I do plan on doing is, between myself and the actual owner of Supreme Screen Supply, Pat Patterson, we're going to be doing like a question and answer thing. Like, we want to start doing that like every week, maybe like on a Friday or something. We're going to just be doing a question and answer, talking about the industry and answering people's questions, and encouraging people just, with things they can do and whatnot, and ideas. So make sure you're joining the channel, because this is where we'll be doing it from. So tune in when we decide to do those. And hey, for those that donated, I really appreciate it, man. That was pretty cool. Yeah, no problem. If you guys ever need anything, you guys can reach out to me. So my email, it should be in the description, or just go on Instagram, throw me a message, and you can get a hold of me that way. So till the next one, guys, my name is James from ESENTL. Peace out.